one person our focal point. But if you don't do the repudiation, as was mentioned in that Washington Post article, how is it that you intend to speak on the issues when you are putting all your eggs in one basket, that being Donald J. Trump?
Well, I think that's exactly right. I mean, Senator Cassidy says we have to win, but win for what? Like, what does the Republican Party stand for right now, other than being a cult of personality around Trump? I mean, politics on a lot of issues changed under the last 4 years under Trump, partly because he kind of picked issues at his convenience, places that he thought he could really fire up his current existing supporters, potentially reach out to new supporters, though he really actually never did that at all, but did adopt issues that seemed convenient for him. So, for example, I think a place where there's a little bit of realignment right now within Republican and Democratic principles is around minimum wage, right? So Florida elected Trump by a strong margin, raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour. So even though that's been traditionally seen as a Democratic idea, Republicans are starting to see that there is a place for movement because people want it, because they haven't actually been talking enough to people about.
But what Republicans actually see that? I mean, yes, I talked about that yesterday on the show as well, right? Because they're seeing this as more of a populist movement. They understand that some of their followers, some of their voters are actually wage workers that could really benefit from a $15 minimum wage. But then you have the Mitch McConnells of the world, possibly, who still believe in this kind of Republican ideal, right? That it's going to hurt small businesses, that, the minimum wage shouldn't be $15 an hour. It's going to balloon the deficit and so on and so forth. So I mean, sure, it's happening to some extent. There's some common ground when it comes to that. Yeah,
there is a bill in the Senate that both Senators Romney and Cotton introduced together for a $10 minimum wage. So I'm not going to argue that Romney is the soul of the Republican Party right now, not by a long shot. But Cotton does think that he wants to be president, so he sees a little bit of upside there. To your point about McConnell and the Republicans who are following him, I think McConnell is actually out on a limb more than people are realizing in trying to hold on to Republican principles of not even 10 years ago, because 10 years ago was the Tea Party, but of 15 years ago. I think he's really trying to hang on. I think we should not forget that before the Republican Party cult of personality of Donald Trump was the Tea Party. They came through Washington, they came through state houses, and that's where we're seeing a lot of the pickup on issues right now.